Pronto, Vincenza.
Oh, pronto, Randy. And welcome everyone to the 15th episode of the Pronto podcast. So excited to have everyone join us. It's been a while, but I'm so excited to be back. Welcome everyone to our Pronto podcast. It's a lifestyle podcast in which we love to talk about all the beautiful things life has to offer. Motivation, self-care, fashion, goals, inspiration, a little bit of everything, right?
We got you.
Right, exactly. So how have you been, Randy?
Really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. It was the same night as your pageant.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes. It was special day, right? Yeah. Lots to celebrate.
Yeah. Mentioning the pageant, brought you a gift.
Oh my gosh.
Because I know that you worked hard.
Aww,
and I wanted to
thank you.
give you something.
Can I open it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is listen, Curry Hair, Skin and Nails was such an incredible sponsor of the Miss Delaware USA and Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant, which we were grateful for your generosity. But all of the contestants were able to take home gift cards, samples, product, all of them, all 34 of them were able to take home like so many awesome gifts from you. So thank you for your generosity and support to the organization. But I'm so excited to see what I got. Oh, what's this? Beautifully gifted. What's this? Oh, a hydrofacial deluxe.
Yeah. You deserve it.
Oh boy. Thank you. This is so special. Thank you so much.
I know how hard you worked.
Much needed. Much needed. No, thank you so much. So I had the opportunity to experience a hydrofacial at Curry Hair, Skin and Nails. Who was the esthetician?
Farhat.
Yes, Farhat. And it was so nice. My skin was glowing. Glowing. I mean, it just really cleansed, exfoliated, got all the makeup, because I wear a lot of makeup, got all the makeup out of my pores and just really cleansed everything. It was like a refresh. So what's the deluxe? What's the difference? Is it like it's another level?
Another level. I think it's including like the neck and
Very awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, this is so great. This is so awesome. Thank you. Oh, I love that. I love that. So did you get anything special for your birthday?
Well, my kids came down. One lives in New York and one in Philadelphia. So I'm always happy when they come home.
Oh, it's the family time, right? And they came down for your birthday and they were able to celebrate with you, which I think is important. So that's really nice. You were missed at the pageant. I know that it was your birthday and family is first. Anybody that knows me knows that I believe in family comes first. But you were missed.
Yeah,
however,
I wanted to make it. I felt really bad.
Next year, for sure. Next year, for sure. It was a beautiful production. Hats off to the VNM production team and all the volunteers. They did an incredible job at the annual Miss Delaware USA, Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant, which was held at the Laird Performing Arts Center at the Tatnall School right here in Wilmington, Delaware. And it was just absolutely beautiful. I mean, everything from beginning to end. So impressed with the team, but even more so the contestants. I mean, they did a phenomenal job, each and every one of them, both the teen and the Miss division. I mean, truly impressed with each and every one of them, and just the sisterhood that that they came together and they were supporting each other. And I know a lot of people don't get to see what happens behind the scenes, but it was really beautiful to see each and every one of them support each other and uplift each other and cheer on each other. And that's what it's all about. It's truly about empowering women and uplifting and positive encouragement and the sisterhood. And I always advocate about the sisterhood, because it's more than just a crown. It's beyond the crown. And I again, congratulations to our new winners, Miss Delaware USA 2023, Noah Mills, and the new Miss Delaware Teen USA 2023, Molly Lavelle. So excited for their new journey, for them to take on this whole year as new title holders. And they already hit the ground running, both of them making appearances.
Wow.
I think Noah has made like 4 appearances already, and it's only been a week.
Social media.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And we will get them on the show. Like we have to get them on the podcast, right? Wouldn't that be so special to get them on the podcast? They are already just hitting the ground running, making appearances throughout the state. So Noah was able to attend the Best Buddies Friendship Walk, which was held this past Saturday. And that was really special because the Miss USA organization has a great partnership with Best Buddies nationally. So it was really great for Noah to hit the ground running with her first official appearance, partnering with Best Buddies of Delaware. So I was very excited about that partnership. And the timing was actually great because she was crowned Sunday and she was able to make the friendship walk Saturday. So it worked out perfectly. Wow. But she also, the next day, she went to Winterthur's Point to Point.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Which I love that event. Yeah. If you don't know what Point to Point is, that is a iconic event in the state of Delaware. It's like our version of the Kentucky Derby. And it's so fun. It's, a day at the races and it's so beautiful. Everyone wears beautiful big hats and everyone dresses up. So Noah was able to experience that for the first time. And she said it was so much fun. And the weather was great because it is an outdoor event. So the weather was in her favor. Yeah. And then later on in the day, she attended the Mrs. Delaware America pageant.
Oh, wow.
Which I was the MC for.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. I had the opportunity and the honor of emceeing the Mrs. Delaware pageant and the Mrs. Pennsylvania pageant. So there's two pageants in one day, and Noah was able to attend as a special guest. But I had the honor of emceeing that pageant, and that was also a lot of fun. Good. Oh, yes. Good. Oh, yes. So nonstop, always busy, right?
In fact, our next guest is a pageant winner herself.
Right? Oh, yes. I'm so excited to chat about our next guest. But before we go there, we should share with our viewers if they haven't seen the billboard, right? Well, first off, it works out perfectly. Our guest for today was the person that actually did the photos that are on the billboard. So the photos that the one photo that we used for the billboard that was right off of I-95. We were very excited for that. That was really cool. I actually didn't tell anybody. So, here we go. Here it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so great. That's so cool.
I got teased a lot.
You did? I didn't tell anybody. I was like, I'm just going to let it be on I-95 and let's see who recognizes us. And it was really neat to see so many people text messaging me. And they're like, Vincenza, are you on I-95 on a billboard? And I'm like, maybe.
Somebody said, was I thinking about running for mayor?
Oh, you're like, probably not. You're too busy right now. But so that photo that you saw on the billboard, that was taken by Jessielyn Palumbo, who was our guest for the show today. So how fitting we were able to showcase the billboard as well as her be a guest on the show. This was not planned. This was this happened by accident, but it worked out perfectly. So I was really excited about that. But the billboard just came out so nice.
Well, the picture was absolutely beautiful, so we had to use it in some way that made it special.
Right. I was joking with Randy before the show started. I was like, I tried to see if I can get a photo of it, but it was a little dangerous stopping on I-95. So I was like, never mind, that's not going to happen because it would have been cool to grab a photo, just me pointing up at the billboard, but you guys, your team was able to capture great shots of it. So thank you to your team. But without further ado, I think we should introduce our guest for today's show. All right. So super excited. Jessielyn Palumbo. Now, Jessielyn Kennedy is a former Miss New Jersey USA and current fashion photographer. She graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the College of New Jersey and worked as an online photo editor for Maxim magazine. In 2016, Jessielyn won Miss New Jersey USA and simultaneously opened her own photography business. During her career as an independent photographer, she has been published in such magazines like Maxim, US Weekly, and Muscle and Fitness, as well as shooting multiple celebrity covers with Millenium Magazine. She also has been televised on the Harry Connick Jr. show, as well as Bravo's Real Housewives of New Jersey for her photography work. Her clientele includes Miss Universe Organization, Miss America Organization, Bravo's Real Housewives of New Jersey, singer Max Hell's Kitchen, actress Emily Tosta, and Sports Illustrated swimsuit rookie Haley Khalil. And I will mention that that she also is the official photographer of the Miss Delaware USA and Miss Delaware Team USA organization. Please welcome Jessielyn Palumbo, now Jessielyn Kennedy.
I know, it's so confusing.
Jessie.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so excited.
Oh, we're so excited to have you on the show. And again, hats off to you for all of your accomplishments. For those of you who don't know, I've had the privilege of watching Jessie's journey in the pageant world, and then as she transitioned into the photography world, building her business and her brand. And I've had front row seats, and I'm like, hats off to you, my dear. You're putting the work in, but you are doing just amazing things. Really, you are.
There. From the beginning, when I first started competing, I remember Chenza was like helping out at my pageant. So I'm like, you really were. You saw me every step of the way.
Yeah, Randy, I'm sorry to interrupt. So I'm a big fan of. When Jessielyn was competing, she was incredible on stage, like phenomenal.
I could tell.
I didn't even know her, and I became like a super fan. Look at this. Look at that photo. Gorgeous. Wow. Gorgeous. I mean, I was a super fan of her, and I didn't even know her. And I was like, I'm obsessed with you. I don't know who you are, but I want to know you.
It's funny. My first visit into your studio for the day that we took the picture, I came in and you were adjusting equipment, and I thought the model was playing with the.
I'm so flattered.
Oh, no. Yeah. So again, our viewers, we were sharing before we brought you on to the show that we were sharing with our viewers the billboard, and that we had the opportunity to have the photo shoot with you. And we selected one of the photos that, yep, there it is right there, to be featured on the billboard. And it just, all the photos came out incredible. They were so beautiful. Every single one of them. Wasn't it hard to select one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And that's always a good problem, right? Always a good problem. All right. So Jessie, I have a question for you. So obviously we all know you're a former Miss New Jersey USA. And before this is like a two-part question. So I'll ask the first part. What made you get into pageantry?
It's so funny. So I didn't get in until I was 17, and my older sister is 1 year older than me. She randomly did the USA system and she placed, and she's like, well, you need to do it. I had no idea what I was doing. I stuck my tongue out on stage. I walked around like frumping around. And then I'm like, I got the pageant bug. I think any pageant girl does it. Once they enter a pageant, they're like, this is kind of cool. So for me, it was just random. And then I just loved it so much because you met so many women and girls that have the same kind of mentality that they want to just achieve so much in life. So again, it was random, and I'm happy that I did it.
Right. Because it paved the way for where you are now, and it opened so many doors for you.
100%. Everything I have to say, I'm thankful for the pageant because that kind of elevated me. It made my foundation, a stepping stone to my business. So
there you go. Wow. Right there. Yeah. Right. There you go. That's
incredible.
The positivity and the reasoning for competing in pageantry and getting involved in pageantry, because one, you never know what you will learn. And what you will take away, but what opportunity will come from it, or what doors will open. And how many years did you compete before you won the title of Miss New Jersey USA?
Oh my goodness. So I competed. So I did the teen division. Also, if you hear that, I'm sorry. My backyard's getting done right now. So randomly there's noise.
Okay.
Okay. So I did the teen division for 3 years, and no, 2 years in teen and 3 years or 4 years in Miss. See, I can't remember because
yes, you were competing for.
I think it was 6 in total. And like, listen, at that point when I won, I was just like, "Are you sure?" Because I've done this so many times.
I'm so glad that you did not give up and you persevered. Because again, someone who has watched your journey and did not know who you were, you didn't even know her, didn't even get a chance to really get to know her personality, but just watching her on stage, I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the next Miss Universe. Like they need to pick her. They need to pick her. And every year she was like, get so close, right? You get so close. And thank God you persevered, because you finally achieved the goal of winning Miss New Jersey USA and being able to compete at Miss USA. So there you go. I mean, a perfect example of persistence and determination and not giving up. Right?
A long road. Always got top 5 and then never happened. But you know what? You never know. Always different judges. But thank God finally I did.
Yes, yes. And then simultaneously you started your pageant photography business.
Yeah.
So what made you, first off, what inspired you to start a photography business?
So it's interesting. I actually went to school for fine arts, and I went there more for painting and drawing. I was always into art as a young girl. But in that curriculum, I learned photography the first time I was exposed to it. And then I just fell in love. I worked at Maxim. I interned with a fashion photographer. So after I graduated college is when I decided to open my own photography business. And I think when I won the pageant is when like the first year or two I was open. So it just happened to grow together.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes. So it started off with obviously pageant photos. Oh, here's a great, this is such a great photo. So Randy, this is, I don't know if you caught this on my social media. Jessielyn was the official photographer for Miss Delaware USA, Miss Delaware Teen USA pageant. And she was able to capture the winning shots, the crowning moment shots. As you could see, this is very emotional moment, but so exciting. And Jessie was able to capture all these incredible moments. And this is a great shot. I love this photo. It's one of my favorites. So obviously pageant photography started to evolve for you. And I know with your connection in the pageant world, you were able to get more clients. How did you grow from pageant to I guess you would say, expanding your photography to other people outside the pageant world?
Yeah. So again, it kind of all started with the pageant headshots. And then again, winning Miss New Jersey, you made so many connections and networking. And I think that's the greatest thing with pageants is when I went to appearances, I got cards and that, TV people, people that were, actors and models and beauty shots, like that's a beauty shots. It's like it opened doors to so many different types of clientele. And once you start working with one person, your name goes around. So now it's not just pageants. I'm doing companies, campaigns, beauty, modeling, actors, and so forth.
Wow.
Excellent. Excellent. Now you've developed such a such a successful photography business, but even your social media following has grown tremendously. So what advice would you give someone looking to start their own business, maybe in photography?
I honestly think the best piece of advice is to just persevere and not give up, because I think starting any business from the ground up is you get discouraged. Oh, I don't have enough clients. I'm not making enough money. Maybe this isn't for me. It's like, no, you have to advertise. You have to network. You have to get out of your comfort zone and push yourself. And eventually, if you work hard enough, you will get there.
That's right. That's so true.
What was the craziest thing that ever happened to you on a shoot?
Craziest thing. Okay.
That's a good question, Randy.
On a shoot.
I want the dirt.
Oh gosh.
I have had, kudos to the client. Sometimes you want the greatest shot that the client actually brought a trampoline to get the air shot, which I'm like, listen, at least you brought it. That's amazing. The dedication. But yeah, sometimes you see some odd things happening.
That's too funny. So tell us about your experience working with the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So I want to know. I love watching Real Housewives of everything. Yeah. Oh, she does. Yeah, I love Real Housewives everything. So I want to know, what was it like working with the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast?
Honestly, I love them. They're all so fun and they're all so different. And even their husbands, again, they're characters on their own. They should have their own show. But I got to work with Teresa. I got to work with Dolores, is who actually I met her through an appearance as Miss New Jersey. So that's how I got the connection with the Housewives. Okay. I worked with the new girl, Rachel. And then also Melissa Gorga. So I literally almost got to work with almost all of them now. And now they know me personally. And I always, they all have a great kind of personality. I know there's drama on the show, but I'm not involved in it. So
like I say, and you were featured on the show, right?
Yes. Okay. So I've been featured prior, but this season I'm so grateful to Dolores because she called me and she had this vision for a charity calendar with the husbands, and they did 2 full episodes, basically really focusing on like the photo shoot. And the first one, like the last 10-15 minutes, was just of the photo shoot itself, and it was a huge hit. The guys, the sports and everything. So yeah, that was exciting.
That's so neat. Did you see your business grow more just by being featured on the show, the Real Housewives of New Jersey show?
I've seen definitely people reach out and they saw me on the show, and then also like on Instagram it did grow as well. And I think it's because this year was the first year that they did it on like not only on Bravo TV but also on streaming services, which is nice. They're gonna hit a little bit more.
There you go. So more visibility and exposure, which is, that's good for you too. And the fact that you had that opportunity to work with the cast, that's really neat. And all the photos that we were featuring before, Jessielyn did all those photos. That's all your work, right?
Yes, all my work.
Beautiful, beautiful work. I've had the opportunity to actually work with Jessielyn prior to our photo shoot for the billboard. For those of you who don't know, I think I've worked with you twice before. Jessie, I think we've gotten some great headshots twice before that I've used for so many things. That I just love your work, and I love that you capture the authenticity of the individual you're shooting. You don't, capture, you get their shots, but you make sure they look like themselves. Like you don't change them. And I think that's super important when you're getting headshots. If you wanted to touch on this, like the importance of capturing a good headshot, but making sure they still stay true to who they are and they look like that person.
Well, yeah, that's what I like. I mean, granted, I do whatever the client wants, but personally, my style is I want to make it look like you.
Yes.
I feel like so much of the time, you have so many apps now where people alter themselves. And I'm like, I don't like that. I mean, if something's not permanent, like a pimple, I'll remove that. I just want to enhance yourself in the best light. And I feel like we should all just embrace who we are and not feel any kind of negativity or ashamed of something, because we're all like beautiful in our own way. So yes, that's my style.
Yes, and it's very important for anyone that is looking for a good photographer that you understand you're not to achieve a photo that doesn't look like you. Oh, that's so funny.
My dogs, and then I said that so New Jersey too. I'm sorry, my dogs.
I love it. Okay, that this makes it more realistic, right? But no, going back to like when you're selecting a photographer, the importance of when you're selecting a photographer to achieve a good headshot of yourself, that it represents who you are. And there's nothing wrong with taking away maybe a blemish that day, because that a blemish, is temporary. That's, could be gone tomorrow. You just maybe had a bad day. That's one thing when you're editing a blemish out. But when you're completely just changing your whole face, like making your eyes bigger, making your nose smaller, making your lips bigger. I mean, there's too much. There's there's nothing wrong with enhancing, but when you're completely changing someone's entire face to the point where they don't even look like that person, that's, in my opinion, that's a little dangerous in my opinion. But I mean, you're right. You do what the client wants.
Well, exactly. I do what the client wants, but you never want to have someone look at you and double look at your Instagram and be like, you look nothing like that. Like that's not what you want ever. You don't ever want people to see like you look like two different people completely.
Yes. And I'm glad you touched on that. So, but I do have another question for you. So obviously you have a love for photography, and you made it a part of your life's work. I mean, what's next now? How do you have any goals for your photography business? Do you have like a 5-year plan in place?
There's always goals. Honestly, I feel like I always like to keep expanding. I want to still get more into fashion even further. Work with more, not just reality stars, but more celebrities that you see on the red carpet. I want to get more into actors and actresses. So hopefully, I just keep pushing it that direction. Also want to expand my business a little bit. I'm definitely going to do a studio revamp, because 7 years go by so quickly, and then you're like, okay, I need a refresher. So there's always goals in mind.
Are you thinking of relocating the studio or just revamping the studio?
Down the road, absolutely. I would love to relocate it and almost design it more so for my needs. But for short-term goals, I'm just a fresh paint job, maybe.
Right. Listen, it gets the job done, and it's a beautiful studio space. I've had the opportunity to visit your studio space multiple times, even with my title holders in the past, because Jessielyn has been so gracious and generous to be a sponsor of the Delaware USA organization. And I'm so appreciative because the title holders enjoy working with her, Randy.
Yeah.
Like that's all they say, like how amazing you are and how just uplifting and genuine, but also just so kind.
Yeah.
And you make it such an enjoyable experience for these title holders, because it is important that they have a good experience, because some of them have never had a photo shoot of this caliber before, because Jessielyn puts like a whole team together when she organizes a photo shoot. She plays like she doesn't play any games here.
Yeah,
like a full
I would say
glam team.
it was relaxing. Like it was not like nervous or really relaxing.
It was an enjoyable experience, right?
Enjoyable,
right?
experience.
And she does that for all of her clients. And to me, I think that's so imperative that it's an enjoyable experience for all. But when I'm sending my title holders to her, I have so much trust in her and faith, because I know that the girls are going to enjoy the experience. And that's what's really, really important. And a shout out to her glam team that she pulls together. I mean, they always do an incredible job. I mean, love all of them. But so let's talk about a couple of things. Obviously, we have on our screen Instagram and our webpage for everyone, to the JessielynPalumbo.com. So how can people reach out to you, hire you? What's like the protocol for you?
Yes. So the easiest thing is go on my website. You can do the contact me page. I also have under that tab as well, packages, pricing, or you can just email me. But when you decide to book, yes, email me, because I'm not always on my phone because I'm shooting. It's just easier that if you email me, I can get back to you maybe that evening and give you some dates I have available. But yes, go on my website. That's the easiest way to book me. And yes, also, speaking of glam team, I have to give a shout out to Angelica, because she's been with me since I started when I was a senior in college. So we've been together for that long and we grew together. So I had to give her a shout out because she's amazing.
She is. She did my makeup for that billboard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like so beautiful.
I think she powdered me up too.
She did.
Yeah, she did a little powder right here.
Glam. Look at that glam, just glowing. And I'm obviously I had to wear my power color because I needed that boost of confidence. So I wore
That
my
looks so
color.
good. Oh my God. That billboard. I love how it's cut out too. It's and the colors.
Oh, it's so great. It's so vibrant. And that was I think the goal, to make it be vibrant and uplifting and positive, because the podcast is all about conversations of life, and we love to keep it always positive and uplifting on our podcast. So that's what we wanted to make sure the billboard represented.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
So Jessie, anything else you wanted to mention that we did not ask you that you just want to kind of share with all of us or share with our listeners and viewers?
I mean, listen, if anyone needs headshots,
And it doesn't have to be pageant headshots.
No, I do everything.
Right.
And that's the thing too, is like some photographers have a certain style. And I guess I do have a little bit of style, but I really do try to individualize a client's shoot and look at what type of lighting they want, what kind of photos do they need, and really make sure we get that kind of look for them. So it's not always the same cookie cutter stuff. So I really do try to, again, make it for that client alone.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Do you do corporate headshots?
Yeah. So me and Angelica actually flew out this past summer to California for a company, and they hired us for a couple of days. Oops, my thing disappeared on us.
No, okay. I was like,
yeah. So they hired us and flew us out there. So yeah, we do a bunch of different things.
Oh, wow.
See, so you have such a diverse resume that people can hire for so many different things. Whether like you said, it could be for a business headshot, it could be for a glam headshot or a billboard. It's just so many. You have such a diverse background and knowledge with photography. And I think that's what sets you apart from so many others in the industry. And again, so relatable, so kind. And you, again, I'll preach this, like you really make it an enjoyable experience. You make everyone feel the most confident and beautiful in front of that camera. And that's what I think is the most important thing when you go to a photo shoot and experience a photo shoot, that the camera person that, that's in charge of taking the photos, that they make you feel confident and comfortable. And you do that so well. You
Thank
really, really do. Oh my gosh, of course, of course. So we are winding down to the end of this interview, but as a tradition, we always like to ask our guests this traditional question, Jen, just to kind of conclude it. So here we go. So we are going to ask you if you could chat with anyone from the past or present on a podcast, who would it be and why?
Okay, this is nothing to do with my business, nothing to do with anything.
Okay.
Leslie Jordan. Oh, he just passed away. But that guy, do you know who Leslie Jordan is?
Who?
Oh my God. You've probably seen him on so many sitcoms.
Okay.
He got very famous during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, I
He
know.
had a TikTok saying, where he was like, well, shit, what y'all doing?
He was a little guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I saw a photo, I bet you I know exactly who you're talking
Oh my
about.
God. He seemed like such a ball of energy and so much fun. I wish I would have sat with him.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Jessie, thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that you've been juggling a few things, day's work, and you made it happen. And we wish you continued success.
Yep.
And lots of luck as you continue to grow and brand your business and take it to the next level. Just don't forget about us.
Yep.
Oh my God, never.
Grow. And if anybody's interested in hiring Jessielyn, you go to www.jessielynpalumbo.com or follow her Instagram handle, Jessie Palumbo. Definitely check her out on social media to check out all of her work. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
You, Randy and Chenza, thank you so much.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
I love her energy. Isn't it just so amazing?
Yeah.
Every time I have the opportunity to meet with Jessie, work with Jessie, or just see her, speak with her on the phone. It's her energy that I absolutely love. And she resonates that in her business, in her work. And again, like she's going to continue to grow.
Yeah. You can see it in the podcast, like she's like, really relaxed and open and fun
and authentic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not fake,
yeah.
Authentic. She always has been that way since day one. And I've known her for many years now, again, watching her journey and then getting to know her after she was crowned Miss New Jersey, USA. And she was always so genuine. And her family's the same way too. I've had the opportunity to meet her family, and her family's so kind and just so supportive. And I love that because I'm all, I love family, and I love that she has such a great support system, uplifting her and encouraging her too. So Jessielyn, hats off to you, girl.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep up the great work. And thank you again for your support to the Miss Delaware USA and Miss Delaware Teen USA organization. We appreciate you so much. Well, Randy, we're winding down to the end of another successful podcast and episode 15, right? Isn't that crazy? 15 episodes.
And we're, a lot of schedule.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We have so many scheduled podcasts coming up the next couple of months. So make sure you stay tuned. I know that we have one, I believe it's Monday, May 22nd. Very excited about that one. So make sure you tune in on Monday, May 22nd. We will be announcing more dates as the weeks unfold of other guests that'll join us. But if you're interested in joining our podcast, definitely contact us. You can reach out to us on social media. You can maybe even comment on this on here, or just contact Curry Hair, Skin and Nails if you're interested. We have definitely so many different ways to get you on the show, but we're always looking for guests to feature. If you have a story, you have an organization you want to promote, we're always helpful to give you a platform to really get that message across. So don't forget about us.
I said it before. I want to be friends with everybody we have on the show.
Oh, yes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You tell me all the time. We need to have like a reunion.
Yeah.
Right. Have a party or a dinner or a celebratory dinner, something just to kind of bring everybody together, because we are so fortunate that we have so many awesome people.
Yeah.
So many influential
artists,
people. Right. From all different diverse backgrounds, all different occupations, all different like literally we get so many influential people that come on the show, and we're always learning.
Yeah.
We're always learning something new. But the fact that we're bringing so many incredible people on the show coming together, how cool would it be to get them all in one room? Right?
I'm going to do it.
Right? You're going to do it. Okay, there you go. Randy's going to be hosting the reunion for all the guests that have been on Pronto, which I'm so excited about. But you're not allowed to have it at the restaurant.
That's what I was thinking.
No, you can't have it at V&M Bistro because I want to enjoy it. Because if you have it at V&M Bistro, I'll be working it, and I want to be able to celebrate the reunion and have a few cocktails. So we're looking for a place. If you have any suggestions, let us know. We are always looking for a place to host the Pronto podcast reunion for all of the guests. And
maybe the Hotel DuPont would be fitting. Like they have a bunch of rooms.
Yes, Hotel DuPont would be so fitting. For those of you who don't know, actually, we host this podcast in the DuPont building, which is right next to Hotel DuPont. It's actually connected. So Curry Hair Skin and Nails location in the DuPont building right in downtown Wilmington is connected to Hotel DuPont. So for those of you who don't know, now you know Hotel DuPont is iconic in the state of Delaware and the city of Wilmington. So you never know. Maybe we'll host it at the hotel. Yeah. Right?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes. And pronto, Randy.
Pronto, Vincenza.